Ange, how you doing today, old girl?
Well, the two friends had called me today to let me know that they've got, you know, a cough, or some of them have flus, you know, and they're going out. It's because of the weather, change of the weather.
Actually, no, it's because they have flu in their higher bodies, in their non-physical bodies. And they can remove that and cure it. It's not because of the weather.
Oh, okay. All
yeah.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
It's not because, it's because of their immunity.
Right.
Yeah, they're responsible for being sick. They're causing themselves to be sick.
But at the same time, in this country, well, especially here in London, around about this time of the year, where it gets really cold and it snows, that's the time when a lot of people tend to get sick.
So that means they need to remove these things from their bodies so that they don't get sick.
Right. So it's not actually to do with the weather? Or?
Nope, has nothing to do with the weather.
Okay.
The weather doesn't cause it, they cause it. Their
okay.
The codes in their gravitational body cause it.
Right.
The things that they have not removed cause it.
Okay.
Just like those things cause you to be sick.
Yeah. Funny you should be saying that as well. I've been reading a lot about the grape cure.
Yes.
And it's really fascinating, you know, about getting the purple grapes and not the black grapes or the red grapes. It's got to be purple. And the foods that you can have along with it, you know, well, they mention things like food in powder or liquid form.
Yes.
And they named a few like something silver, cardinal silver or something.
Uh-huh.
And Celtic or something like that. I've got it written down there.
Yeah, I think people would have to join our web college and read the book that we link to. It's a free book that's on the web. It's called The Grape Cure.
Right.
They would have to read it for them, so you don't have to try to explain it to me or anybody. You know, it's not necessary to explain any of these things.
Okay.
For you.
It's really good, but I will be doing it because they were talking about, you know, like you was explaining, 12 hours of water and then 12 hours of the grape mush. So.
Right.
Which is good, yeah. So. Yeah.
It's fun, isn't it? Grapes taste pretty good.
Yeah, they do, and you know, it has a knock-on effect on the cancer as well, because they carry certain ingredients,
right? You
know, that can actually overpower the cancer cells. And the trick of it is that what I was reading is that the cancer itself, it loves glucose, sweet things. Right. And grapes are sweet,
right.
So it's like putting poison inside a chocolate bar and giving it to a child.
Right, exactly. If you see the cancer as a child, and you know you're.
Sorry, that's just my phone ringing.
Okay,
hold on, I'll just wait for it to.
Just turn. Yeah, you want to turn off your phone when we have these meetings.
Oh, okay.
Just turn the phone off completely.
Okay, I better turn it off. Now, so
quite all right. As a matter of fact, I've actually forgotten to turn off my phone, so I'm just turning mine off right now, too.
Okay.
It's easy to forget, you know?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, now we talked a couple of days ago and we had a good long talk about you falling off the wagon.
Yeah.
And have you been on the wagon since we talked?
I have, yes, I have.
So what's it been like to be on the wagon?
Refreshing. And it's been a joy as well being back on the wagon, and it has proven to me that this does work. I can say that because a lot of things have been incidents that have been happening to me, and the sort of feelings that would like come and overpower me when I go through a certain process.
And those things have no power over you anymore.
Say it again.
They have no power over you.
Yeah, it's like water just going off, you know, rolling off a duck's back.
Yeah, you're not
affecting me anymore.
That's right.
Especially in the lines of jealousy, which I had a lot of. I think it's because, you know, I was married before, and then when I see other people, things are happening with them, they're doing well, they're having children, then I'll get a little bit jealous, thinking, well, that should have been me, you know, and it's not happening, you know.
You're free. You're free of it.
You called me.
Yeah, you're free of it now. For what?
Yeah, today when you called me,
now,
and 5 minutes after you called me, Antonio rang me and asked me if I was coming to a book meeting today at 6. I said, I can't. And he says, oh, you know my friend at work, he just had a baby boy. I said, oh, that's nice. And the feeling of jealousy didn't come over me.
Yeah, it actually wasn't there. What's happening is the diseases, the cancer is disappearing, and so is the jealousy. Jealousy is an emotional disease. Cancer is a physical disease. You're curing all your diseases.
Wow.
And you have to cure all of them, because if you keep the emotional ones, they'll generate the cancer.
Oh, right, I see. Okay.
Not directly, not direct. They simply compromise your immune system so you keep getting the cancer back.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
So now you have been on the wagon.
Yeah.
Now you've been on the wagon for a couple of days. It doesn't mean that you can never let your guard down for the rest of your life.
It's fine, yeah.
You're going to be fighting for the rest of your life.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
And I want to tell, see, there's something I want to tell you. You're fighting. You're not just fighting for yourself. You are in a stadium, and there are thousands of people out there, and they are screaming.
Right.
They're screaming, "Go, Angela! Go, Angela!" You have fans.
Oh, okay, that kind of scream, yeah.
You want to hear, like, I have a guy, I talked to a guy the other day named Joe. He's in New Jersey, and I was, asking him about the movies, because he just called me to get my help with curing his herpes.
Okay.
I think. Actually, I can't remember what he called about anymore. But I remember what he said to me about you.
Me?
I'm listening to I'm talking to this guy, and I asked him, what movies have you seen? And he was telling me about some of the movies, and then I mentioned somebody about, like, this woman who I've been working with who's curing bone cancer. And he goes like this, he goes, "Oh, you mean Angela?" And I said, "Yeah, Angela, you know Angela." He goes, "Okay, she's wonderful." And they will be so disappointed if you fall on your face with this. Yeah. They will be so disappointed. These people, and there's a lot of them out there, because the rule on the web is if you talk to one person and one person talks to you, there's 100 people out there who feel the same way.
Gosh.
And there's more people coming in every day.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is really, yeah. So I see what you mean, to stay on. You're
riding at the lead of a victorious army.
Wow. I wasn't aware.
Yes. And, so if you fall off your horse and hurt yourself, it hurts everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You've got to, do it for them.
Okay.
Come through for these people.
Right. Ah, yes.
See, and what we're talking about, you know, how you were saying, like, you're proving to yourself this works?
Yeah.
That's a good way to talk about it, like you prove to yourself. That's what everybody has to do. They have to prove to themselves that this works.
Yeah, that's right. And it does, honestly.
Well, you know, one way they prove it to themselves is by watching you.
Right, okay.
You know, you're the proof. Like, they're watching you and they see you get a signal and change right on camera.
Right. Wow. This is awesome.
It is. I mean, this is, to me, it just blows my mind.
Wow.
And now I wanted to share with you that YouTube has allowed us to put longer movies up.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, so now we don't have to limit ourselves to 10-minute movies. Like I put our 3-hour movie on YouTube yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So now people can watch the 3-hour, they can find it on YouTube. They don't have to come to our web college.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah, I should give YouTube some credit, you know. I should. That's why I said that, because I want to give a little credit where credit is due, you know. They did the right thing.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm. And another thing is another word, I think, along with proving things to yourself, you're realizing things.
Yeah, yes, that's right. I am realizing things, and I'm picking up things, like, especially like when I go out and I go on my normal routine, then I'm picking up on things as well that are that used to affect me emotionally, and then all of a sudden I'm expecting that feeling to come, and it's no longer there. Symptoms, yeah.
Right.
Or sometimes if I'm traveling and a certain emotion will come at me, then I will say, oh, I need to clear it. You know, I need to remove it from my bodies. Then I will come home, and then I will take my time, you know, go through all the bodies and, you know, discover, you know, which ones they're in, and then remove it. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is to be on the wagon.
Yeah. Whereas before I wouldn't do that, you know. At the beginning, I would say to myself, well, this is only to remove the bone cancer. And I wouldn't think, oh, you know, use it to remove anything else. But like you said, as you go along this journey, then you realize, you know, you can use it for almost, you know, anything.
Well, you also realize that the bone cancer isn't coming out unless you remove the other things. The other things, they're ancillary causes. They're not direct causes.
Right.
They're ancillary causes.
Okay.
Those things cause, the jealousy causes the cancer. The disappointment causes the cancer. The immune dysfunctions cause the cancer.
Yeah, and the betrayal as well causes the cancer.
Yes, and there are several lessons on betrayals and also talks.
Yeah, okay, I printed out the lessons. But I haven't gone through the talks as yet, but I'll be doing that tonight.
You have to remove your betrayals.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not the other person. That's
not the other person's. And other people hook you in by betraying you. So you have to remove. See, what you've been removing the hooks.
Okay.
Like taking the person out of your body. You're actually we call it a hook, but you were calling it a person. It's the same thing. You're removing the person from your gravitational body, which is it's a hook.
All right, you put it a hook. Okay.
Yeah, these things. When you die, you take these with you.
Wow.
So you're hooked into this person in your next life when you're born.
Okay.
So you're actually removing your karma.
Is that a good thing? Removing karma?
Well, we're changing the world. You know, the world is now different because you did that.
Good.
Because the world is created by hooks that people have in them and stuff like that. That's what creates the world. That's why we have oil spills.
Okay.
That's why we have wars. Wars are caused by hooks that people have in them.
Wow. Okay. That's quite big.
Yeah, well, you're setting an example for what everyone can do to end war.
Right, yeah. By removing the hooks, yeah.
Yeah, by removing the hooks, the cancer, and everything else you're removing. I want to show you something. This is a prayer.
Okay.
Now let me put you on. Hang on. Boop, 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 boop. And up we go. This is one of the prayers you printed out.
The prayer. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the continuous cleansing. Say this prayer every day.
Okay.
Let's do a little of it now, okay?
Okay, sure, yeah.
It starts with, all my bodies are free of pathology.
All of my bodies are free of pathology.
And when you get a signal, you've done that.
Yeah.
Okay. All my bodies are free of immune dysfunction.
All of my bodies are free of immune dysfunction. Yeah.
So you get a signal. You have to get a signal, and that means you've done the prayer. The prayer isn't done till you get a signal.
I understand.
All my bodies are at full function.
All my bodies are at full function. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And that's enough. For you'll do the rest of the prayer when we get off. Do the prayer like at least once a day. And there are 2 other prayers that are linked to it.
Right.
So print them all out and do them. One of the prayers, see, do this. I'm going to show you something from one of the other prayers, okay?
Okay.
I am now removing the disturbances from the emotional bodies of everyone on earth.
I am now removing all of the disturbances. What's the rest? Sorry.
From the emotional bodies of everyone on earth.
From the emotional bodies from everyone on earth. Yeah.
Got a signal.
Got a signal there, yeah.
So that, you see, you can actually remove other things from other people.
Okay.
Like probably, in addition to you removing your own cancer, there are probably people who read about you or saw your movies who are removing your cancer sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Because they saw that you need some help or whatever, or just that you're doing it, and maybe you don't need any help, but they want to help, so they'll remove your cancer. And of course, if you remove somebody else's cancer and they're not curing it, they'll just get it right back. And it's the same with these emotional disturbances. Like, from most of the people on earth, when you removed those emotional disturbances, they were probably only gone for like a millionth of a second.
Right.
And then they just regenerated them. Emotional disturbances come out really easily, and I got my biggest bangs when I started from removing emotional disturbances, which I had a lot of when I started doing this, and I never remove emotional disturbances from. I have no emotional disturbances to remove anymore. I never get them anymore. Like, I just don't generate them. So I don't have to ever remove them, but when I first started, that was a big one. It isn't something you necessarily ever have to do for yourself, but doing it for the world is a nice way of working on the world, and it's easy to do it. You can easily do it. You don't have to be that powerful to do it.
All right. Okay.
So now, all this is leading up to talking about you as an assistant, okay?
Yeah.
So now we're going to do your assisting interview.
Okay.
And you've created your YouTube account.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a bunch of things about assisting, okay?
Okay.
First of all, you don't have to be cured.
Right. So you don't have to be cured in order to assist.
No.
Okay.
You can be as sick as you want and still assist.
Okay.
One reason for that is that you can be as sick as you want and help somebody else. And other people can do better than you.
Right, that's true, yes.
You know, like you need to be willing to let other people cure things that you're not curing. And actually tell them to, because part of assisting is setting requirements for the people that you talk to. So remember we said you're going to make some new friends?
Yeah.
You make new friends when you assist.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
And the way you're going to make new friends is you're going to make them on the web. You're going to, put up things on the web that attract people, like your movies and comments on people's movies and so on, that give people a chance to get in touch with you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Now you have your YouTube account. You should also set up a Facebook and Twitter account.
Okay, yeah.
You should have accounts with Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, yeah. Sort that out, yeah.
Right. And this is another reason why you're getting a smartphone, so that you can actually be on the web and write into the web and do things on the web, like send email and so on from wherever you are.
Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah.
So when you're on the bus, you can be assisting. You'll be able to assist from any place you are. You can be, having your lunch at a restaurant, you can assist.
Okay.
Any place you are, you can assist. And the truth is, an assistant with this is you're assisting like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're always assisting. In the real sense, like you're always setting requirements for people. You're always telling people to cure things. In every possible way you can. You are just a beacon of cure. That's what an assistant is. It may not be what you do for your assisting. Like you're going to do what is wanted and needed. You're going to do what I tell you to do, okay?
Yeah, sure.
In keeping with your, time availability and, but of course, if you have a smartphone and if you set yourself up properly, you will create more time.
Right.
So you'll be able to do more, It is my experience that people cure things more certainly if they're assisting while they're curing something. So assisting will help you cure your bone cancer. And especially, interacting with people about them curing things will help you cure your breast and bone cancer. Get the idea?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay. I've also, experienced, I'm seeing a lot of people who did not want to be assistants, even though they like this and wanted to do this.
What happened?
And well, that is one of their symptoms.
Okay.
They just happen to have a symptom that interferes with them assisting, which also interferes with them curing whatever they're trying to cure.
And to be quite honest with you, when you asked me to assist, I had a bit of a fear myself.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah. But
well, of course,
after a
because
while,
when you assist, you're performing. You know, the requirement is that you get the job done.
that's right. Yeah.
Yes, so you have to perform. So
Yeah.
it's natural to be, you know, I mean, any responsible person would be a little scared about it and so on, you know, just because you're going to be given responsibility.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to, you know, so, you know, and it's to help other people as well, not, you know, just not my, well, it's like a two-way stream, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it goes both ways, so.
Well, because, yes, what I'm doing here with you when I am here on the phone with you and help you stay focused, I'm assisting the cure drive with that. I'm not coaching you. Coaching is something else. Coaching is different. Like what we're doing is not coaching. I'm actually assisting. This is what you've seen me do with you. All the things that have helped you so far, those are assisting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you have to remember that the orders flow down from, like, me or possibly somebody who's supervising you to you, and if you're supervising other people, which you are, anybody you contact, you're supervising.
Oh, right, yeah.
In one way or another, you know. Like somebody will write to you and they'll say, how do I cure my cancer? You seem to be doing well with yours. And whatever you write back to them is a form of supervision.
Okay.
So you're becoming a supervisor immediately, and support is supposed to flow upwards. Like you're supposed to support me. Like you're supposed to take things away from me so I don't have to do them.
Okay.
Well, those people that you're talking to are supposed to support you. They're supposed to take things away from you so you don't have to do them.
Okay.
Like you're not supposed to be explaining to anybody how to cure anything. They're supposed to get, you know, you're supposed to assign something to them, like tell them, go to the web college and follow the instructions.
Oh, right.
And then you say, go to the web college, follow the instructions, and then call me back when you feel like you're following the instructions and you need a little help, or just call me back anyway to tell me how you're doing. Because you know that they're messing up. You know that. It's a foregone conclusion, so you just tell them, call me in 2 days. Because you know they're going to mess it up. They always mess it up. And they're doing it, but what you will find is that when people call you back, they are getting signals and they probably are curing things.
Yeah.
And they're still messing it up. They're doing both, they're curing stuff and they're messing it up,
Yeah. Sounds a little bit like me in the beginning.
Yeah, like a little bit like me in the beginning. See, I had a very enormous group of people when I started. And they didn't know how to do this. But they did know how to support me. And they did know how to support. And these people, got me started. See, the fact is, and they learned it.
Good.
They learned it and they saw things I didn't see. And that's where the web college came from. And that's why we're colleagues. You and I are colleagues. You're my colleague. Because you're discovering things and telling me about them. Like when you made your report call last night. And you were telling me about the Volkswagen. The blue Volkswagen. And I learned a lot from that.
Right, great.
Yes. So, and I've been learning from other people from the day I started this. Okay, so this is what assisting is all about. You're getting a sense of it now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, another thing is that you have responsibilities now as an assistant. And one of those responsibilities is that you must cure anything that interferes with you performing your duties as an assistant and being a viable team member and being able to enjoy this. Anything that interferes with any of that, you're responsible for being cheerful, enthusiastic, lighthearted, which you generally are, I've noticed. Yeah. Anyway, so... And, you know, like, you're responsible for curing anything that would cause you to hand me a problem.
Okay.
Let me give you an example, because I think I have an example. Earlier in this conversation, you know, I was telling you that people need to cure their flu, and you were saying, well, people get the flu because of the weather. Like you started to explain to me about the weather. And when you did that, you were handing me a problem. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, because you're supposed to know that the weather doesn't cause the flu. You're not supposed to need me to tell you.
Okay.
See? Another thing is, like, you know, like for example, Clorox ran an ad saying that you can prevent the flu by cleaning things with Clorox. You see, and you're like, you know, like you might create a problem by, you know, saying, well, I have to clean my house with Clorox or something. So, you know, you need to realize that that's bunk and you don't need to clean your house with Clorox. You need to take flu out and then you won't get the flu, okay? I haven't had a flu since 1993.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I hear, yeah.
Which doesn't, I'm not advocating that you not clean, okay?
Yeah.
You should definitely clean. In fact, if you, on the, you know, on the unlikely event that you ever came to assist here in my house, one of the things you'd probably be doing would be cleaning the house.
Yeah.
Because that's what assisting is. Or if, let's say that we gave a gigantic course and you decided you were going to help, you know, produce the course. And so you became a supervisor in the course. Well, then you wouldn't be allowed to clean anything. You know, you'd have to sit there and do nothing and have a team of people underneath you, and you'd be telling them what to do, and you'd be saying, clean this and clean that, and you'd sit there and watch them clean it. Get the idea?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. So it depends, but if you were the only person on the cleaning team, then you'd have to clean the whole auditorium yourself. I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, and yeah.
Yeah. You know, back when we used to give courses see, we didn't know we could cure anything when we used to give courses. That was our business. We gave courses a long time ago. And then I discovered this, and I stopped giving courses and started doing this on the web. That's what happened.
Okay, which is much better anyway, because you can reach more of the masses of people,
well,
you know, using the web than doing courses.
See, with courses, you would have to take a plane and show up to do it, whereas with a BlackBerry, you can sit on the bus and do it.
That's right.
And one of our courses was 8 days long, and you know, we had people do kalimas during the course. All the students did kalimas each day. It was part of the course. And the course was like $6,300.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas you can just get a kalima board and do your kalimas whenever you want, and you can do the course every day.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
You're in a continuous course, so it never ends.
Which is good.
Yep. And you're responsible for realizing that and making it real. Because when you're an assistant, you are more responsible for realizing cure than when you're not.
Okay.
And I think that one of the reasons that a lot of people have told me that they didn't want to be assistants was just that there were a whole bunch of things they didn't want to realize. Like a lot of people don't want to know things. You ever notice that?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that as you just said it.
Yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it?
Right, you're right. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Why would that be?
They're sick. They have something wrong with them. That's why. It's a symptom.
So I was thinking it'd be good to know things, wouldn't it?
Yeah, not wanting to know things is a symptom of something or other, you know? Now, you also may not see any result from doing what we give you to do.
Okay, I might not see any results from people.
Like the result may happen somewhere else.
All right, okay.
You know? And so one of the qualities of it's a function actually, that you need to be able to do effective behaviors in the absence of any visible result.
Right, okay.
And if you have trouble with that, this will cure that. Assisting will cure that problem. Because a lot of people have to see a result or they can't do a behavior.
Right.
They have the immediate gratification syndrome. They have to see something coming back at them. And assisting... Huh? What, sorry?
A lot of people are like that. They like to see proof, obviously.
Yeah, that they're getting a result. That's right. And assisting cures that. So again, I say that one of the main things that you must learn to do, and this is a real study, this is going to take time and work, is you're going to need to learn to set requirements for people.
Okay.
That is what assisting is. You are setting requirements from the very beginning.
Okay, for people. Set requirements for people. Okay.
Now, I was just thinking about Franny,
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about Franny is like, Franny has a symptom that she has not been able to end. It's obesity. She has a complex disease. Franny is like 100 pounds overweight. She doesn't actually look 100 pounds overweight, but she is. And when you think about, this, and Franny she hasn't had a flu since 1996, so that's 14 years. She cured her herpes. Most of her physical diseases she's cured, but she has this symptom, obesity, and she has not cured it. Okay? And she is our leader, yours and mine. And she still has this symptom, that she has to cure.
Yeah.
Now, I've been trying to get to the bottom of this with her, but, Franny is a unique kind of person because she does not show a lot of other symptoms. So it's hard, with Franny, it's hard to know what to cure because she seems so well, like she's always so happy. And so clear. And another thing that I've noticed about her is that Franny has this, gorgeous guy who is rich, who's in love with her and takes care of her. And she's been with him now from I guess she started in '89 with him. Greg.
That's wonderful.
Greg, he's the executive director of our ministry.
Okay, good.
And that's Greg. And also, she has me. I'm also a protector of hers and one of her, her people, And
Yeah.
like for 30 years. And the question is, you know, what is it about Franny that attracts these amazing men who are absolutely loyal and would lay their lives down for her and will meet any requirement that she sets? Why is it that and that I think one of the answers is that Franny, for one thing, is extremely selective about people.
Right.
And she sets a lot of requirements.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, for whatever reason, that she, you know, she just didn't, she eliminated everybody else. And then Greg and I came, first me and then Greg, we came along, and she eliminated me, at least partially.
Okay.
And then, you know, Greg came along, but she had always had all these requirements, so she didn't get stuck with somebody who wasn't as good. Like who was going to betray her or abandon her or not take care of her or whatever, you know?
Right, so she set requirements.
Well, one of the requirements, actually, that I think Franny has this really big requirement, that to be anywhere near her, you have got to be doing something that's very worthwhile.
Oh.
She just doesn't like people. Franny likes world-changing people. You know, and if you think about Greg, like Greg was, you know, he didn't just go to like Ivy League schools, which he did, but, you know, Greg was a kid, like in high school, he used to go from school to school and, you know, lecture the high school students on how to win science fairs.
Okay. Sounds like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and he also went to Cornell on a lacrosse scholarship. You know, like Franny likes these guys who are athletic, you know? So, anyway, that's the story. So when you think about assisting, you have to think about setting requirements. And remember that Franny is somebody who attracts people to assist her. And also, Franny has always been somebody who can solve any problem or make anything work. So Franny assists people. She's good at attracting people's assistance and supervising them, and she's also good at helping them when they need help.
Okay, good. That's good. That's really good.
And she can answer their questions. Like I've noticed, Franny doesn't say much, but if you ask her a question, she always knows the answer.
Right, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like I'm making movies because Franny told me to.
Okay.
Because one day I said to Franny, what are we strong in? What's the thing that we're strong in? And she said, we're strong in movies.
Wow.
So then, bingo, that was it. You know, from there it was all downhill. I just started making all these movies, Angela.
There you go. There you go.
See, and what you're going to find when you're talking to people, you're going to find that you can answer their questions. You will discover that. When they ask you questions, you'll discover that you can answer them.
Okay.
And in order to do that, though, you're going to have to realize that when you have a symptom, when you're running a symptom with somebody, and you're going to find that it's easier to run symptoms with people than it is when you're by yourself. See, what you've been doing is wandering around, you know, London, removing things and feeling good.
Right.
And now you're going to be with people, and you're going to need to remember to remove things and feel good while you're talking to them.
Oh, right, okay.
And then you're going to find that you do a lot less with them and spend a lot less time with them. And that you require that they do a lot more for themselves and spend a lot more time doing it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's right. it's like more or less the same thing that happened, you know, when he was explaining to me, you know, spending a lot less time, you know, with you, and to be going through the lessons on the college web, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I realized that, because I think what I was doing before, I think I was just hanging on to you, waiting for you to cure me. You know, and then I think I got a bit lazy as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is an immune dysfunction. Laziness is an immune dysfunction. And when I told you to spend a lot less time with me and a lot more time working, I was assisting.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is to, that's what assisting looks like. I was assisting the cure drive at that point. That's what it looks like. That's what that is what to expect.
Okay. Understand. And then, you know, once I got into it, then I found that I was enjoying it as well, you know, and realizing things, you know, while I was out on my own on the road, you know.
And also more and more confident.
Yeah.
Confident and powerful.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's a real pleasure to know you and hang out with you, Angela.
Yeah, there's a real pleasure, you know, knowing you as well, and you know, I'm really grateful, and I thank you for all your help and all your assistance, you know, assisting me, and hope I can go forward from here and helping other people as well.
Well, never ask anybody who you don't personally like to work with you.
Okay. Yeah, you're right there. Right.
Okay, well, now, onward. I'm going to be on the phone with you possibly later today.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. I'll probably, I'll just, I mean, you don't have to wait around the house waiting for me to call or anything. Go do what you want, you know, but we're going to try, we'll just try to connect over the next couple of days, and I'll get more specific about what you'll be doing when you're assisting, okay?
Excellent, yes.
Yeah, we can just do that all over the phone, okay, unless we decide different. But this is good. Now, what I would suggest, by the way, after you get off the phone with me, is do all of those prayers completely.
Okay, all the prayers, okay.
Because that'll probably be the first time you ever did them, won't it?
Yeah, more or less, yes.
Yeah.
I've actually heard, when I've gone into the MP3, the audio, I've heard them.
Oh, good.
Some of the IMMUNICS saying them over the audios.
Yeah, well, I think that everybody ought to keep that in their iPod forever, or in their, wherever it is, your smartphone, and just, you know, listen to it and say along with it sometimes. That's an easy way to do the prayers, to just listen to the people doing the prayer with that MP3.
Yeah.
And do it with them.
All right, no problems.
All right, then later, baby.
Okay, all right. Adios.
Adios. Area code 813-672-3419. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da.